Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be working on this motorcycle I got from my son a while back. The tire went down on it. It's a kind of moped type of thing. Anyway, I'm going to be replacing this front tire and the tube that goes inside the tire. I'll show you guys quick what I'm working with, how to get this off. And these are tools I need. I need a 17 and a 19 millimeter. I don't have a motorcycle stand, and the fairings on this moped, I think they're called fairings. You can see I can't really lift it from the front because the frame doesn't go all the way down to the bottom of the fairing. So there's this big hollow section down there. If I try to lift it up, it'll just break my bike. It'll break. I've already got the bike up. I just need to tilt it back and get this front tire off and take these nuts off, and we'll see if I need any other kind of tools to make this happen. Alright, so I ended up not using the jack, and I found some wood. Bike's not too heavy the way it is. Tires off the ground, just barely enough for me to pull it off. I got the bolt undone, so I just used a 17 and a 19. And time to take the tire off. Just a quick note, you're gonna have to figure out a way to get this up if you don't have, I was lucky enough to have some wood laying around for me to do this, so you have to get creative if you don't have what you need. It is what it is, guys. Alright, bolt out, tires touching the ground. Issue now is I got this fairing up here, and the thing up here, and the tire's not just going to come out. So that's a new problem I just straight up didn't think of. That's the speed sensor, and that's going to come off no problem, and we'll look at that when I get to actually taking that off. Actually, let's see. Nope, I still don't have room to take it off because I'm not smart enough to think ahead. Take that off. So we'll resolve that problem now. Well, it looks like I'm going to get the tire, be able to get the tire out from underneath there after all. Still have a little bit of clearance into that back tire to lift up. Here we go, speed sensors. Comes right off. You see those two notches go notch and notch. That's easy to remember. That's fine, just hang in there. And there we go. Let's see what happens here. Take this tire out. If I can get it to come out. Nice, there it is. Tire. This tire is cracked. All bads. And that's it for that. And, there you go. Time to take the tire off. Okay, so this is where I'm at. Tire and my one and only tool for the moment here. Gonna just go right here. Put it under here like that. Sorry about that, guys. Pull it up. Get that off. There we go. I got really lucky. It just came right off. But usually gotta push the bead down. Break the bead just means pushing it down real hard. Flip my tire over here. All the way around. Alright, beads off all the way around on one side. I'll flip my tire over. This obviously, this guy right here obviously went in here. Alright. Sure there's no crunching noises or anything when you put it in. That way there's no rocks or anything underneath it. I might clean that up anyway before putting it back on. This thing doesn't look perfect, but it's only got like 14,000 miles on it. So anyway, I'm gonna flip it over and try and push this thing off, or leave it the way it is. And then, well, if all you need to do is get your tube out, you should be able to get the tube out now. I don't have a second person to hold the camera, but I'm sure you can figure that out on your Well, I had a brain fart. You need a 10 millimeter. Take that off before you take your tube out. And yeah, 10 millimeter. Can get you there. Well, and there's my tube. That's that. Now for the tire. So I don't have a replacement tube. Nope, didn't get one because I thought it would be the smartest thing to do is take this tube out first, find out exactly what tube I need for my new tire, and I'm finding no numbers. Found a person that made it, and no other numbers other than that. That's all I'm finding. So 2.75-18, and then some little 04 down there. I'm guessing that might have been when it was made. Something. I don't know. And a name. And that's it. That's all I found. Alright, so for the tire, I'm just kind of pulling it forward here. Alright, getting as much on one side as I can. See how it's kind of low right there? And now I'm just going to push. Oh, looks like I'm getting it. Mind you, I'm on the back of my truck here. Trying to hold this thing down. It looks like it's coming off. Oh. Extra manpower here. I'm not using too much of my muscle. I'm really just using most of my weight, to be honest. Coming off pretty easy, so if you're not having an easy time, it's not coming off at all anymore. They didn't have somebody holding the other side. So don't do what I just did. Alright, well, I was able to just pull the rim out of the tire instead of trying to take the tire off of the rim. So for me it was pretty easy. Hopefully it was easy for anyone that's watching. Now I gotta clean stuff up. I won't make you guys watch that. Sure, you know how to clean stuff up yourself. Well, I found the problem. This little guy there. And that's it. That's causing this issue. I think, oh, go ahead and reuse it, patch it, but it just isn't safe for me. Anyway, you do your own thing. Alright, so got my tire on one side. Now I need to put the tube in. Make sure you take off the bolt right here. That's what's gonna hold that in. And this is my first time doing it, so you know, judgy. I don't mind. Alright, so just getting it through here. It's not the easiest task to get this thing in like I thought it would be. Oh, there it goes. Maybe it's a little easier than I thought. Make sure you get the tube in correctly. I think I'm doing it correctly. I'm putting the edge of the tube against the rim, along the end of the rim, and now I'm going to push this thing down and see if I can get it on. Hope for the best. So far I'm able to just get this on like this. And, we'll see how hard the hard part is to get it on. Well, looks like I'm going to have to use a tool after all, but getting your rim to go set down as far as possible is always your best bet. I want to grab my brakes. Look at that, I got it on. Boss, like a boss. Alright. Now, this little guy, I'm pretty sure it's a 10 millimeter, like I said earlier, and seemed to have lost my 10 millimeter, so I'll be back. Alright, so the old tube had a 10 mil nut on it. New one has a 12. So I'm going to be using a different wrench for tightening this back up. And that's what it is. And I'm only going to put it on so tight. It only needs to be on so tight. But also make sure it's on nice and tight. Nice and snug. And that'll be it. Next up is inflating the tire, I guess. Alright, so we aired it up. I put it up to 33 because that's what it said on the side of it. I'm just going to double check myself. Yeah, 33 psi. No leaking or nothing. Just hoping I didn't pinch anything when I put it on. It sounded all good. And yeah, I'm happy with it. Now it's time to go put it back on the bike.